The Mahayuti alliance comprising the BJP, Shiv Sena and NCP is poised to secure a landslide victory in Maharashtra, with trends indicating a significant lead in over 200 out of 288 seats. So you can see in the graphics and contrast the Maha Vikas Aghadi, which includes the Congress, Shiv Sena and NCP Sharad Pawar faction, is trailing behind with around 50 to 60 seats, marking a setback for the alliance. And according to the current trends, BJP is leading in 132 seats, Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction 53 and NCP Ajit Pawar faction is leading with 40 seats. And in contrast, Congress with 19 seats, 21 for Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray faction, and NCP of Sharad Pawar faction 11 seats, and others have scalped 13 seats so far. So 288 total seats, and BJP led alliance Mahayuti completely securing the majority mark. And after BJP-led Mahayuti is on track to claim landslide victory in Maharashtra, incumbent Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis dropped his first reaction. He said, "The people of Maharashtra have given us an unprecedented victory. This shows that people are with Prime Minister Narendra Modi." Take a listen.
महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने जो अप्रत्याशित इस प्रकार की जीत हमको दी है, इससे ये बात पूरी तरीके से स्थापित होती है कि महाराष्ट्र ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के पीछे है, और मोदी जी ने जो नारा दिया था, एक है तो सेफ है, इस नारे को यथार्थ में लाते हुए महाराष्ट्र के सभी समाज के सभी लोगों ने एकता दिखाते हुए महाराष्ट्र में मतदान किया है, और इसके कारण ये इतनी अच्छी जीत हमको मिली है। मैं विशेष रूप से हमारे बहनों का, लाडले भाइयों का, लाडले किसानों का, सभी का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं।
And Devendra Fadnavis also gave his remarks on next CM of Maharashtra. He said there will be no dispute on the CM's face. It will be decided by the leaders of the three parties.
सीएम पद के ऊपर कोई भी विवाद यहाँ नहीं होने वाला, क्योंकि पहले दिन से ये तय है कि चुनाव जब संपन्न होगा तो चुनाव के बाद तीनों पार्टियां मिलकर इसको तय करेगी। हमारे नेता आदरणीय होम मिनिस्टर साहब ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में ये बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में बताया है कि चुनाव के बाद तीनों पार्टियां बैठेगी और इसका निर्णय करेगी।
All right, let's go across to Maharashtra, Mumbai specifically, where Needy India Shama Mishra is joining us live. Shama, Maharashtra voted with enthusiasm, registering voter turnout not seen in 3 decades. Tell us, how's the atmosphere there in Maharashtra? We showed our viewers how Eknath Shinde showed the victory sign. Tell us, how's the buzz, how's the atmosphere there?
We are here and on a very busy Mumbai street, and this is particularly the typical Babu area, the typical Mantri area. And this line, if I show you, this entire stretch is covered in the saffron flag of BJP, Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde, and NCP Ajit Pawar. So it's the Mahayuti which is ruling the entire street, and for a lot of celebrations on both sides. One side is BJP, the other side is just opposite to this road is Eknath Shinde's office. A lot of people gathered there as well, and they had their dhol and tasha and all other forms of celebration. Now what we are talking about is how these leaders or how these people, our stalwarts, are coming ahead and giving their statements, giving their dialogue. And the first one to deliver was Devendra Fadnavis, and we have the picture very clear over here that the Mahayuti does not have any problem in deciding who will be the next CM. And definitely, as we all expected, or we had predicted that there will be series of meetings. Likewise, Devendra Fadnavis has asserted that the main leaders of all three parties would get together and decide on the name of the chief minister. We have also seen all these leaders, all the three leaders, and also the RPI Athawale, Ramdas Athawale, he was also there at Varsha Bungalow, and all of them are very happy, looking with their smiley faces, showing the victory sign, because this is very unprecedented, and we all know for BJP to secure this big victory was a very itself is a game changer. And while we are talking about the leads, let's also talk about 22 seats which BJP has already won. Eknath Shinde's seat has the number of Eknath Shinde is also coming to double digit. These are the numbers which have already been declared as winners. And let's also talk about the area which was earlier considered as Shiv Sena, the Bal Thackeray, the Uddhav Thackeray, the god of these stalwarts. But today the picture or the scenario has completely changed, and Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde and BJP, they've come together and they've conquered this entire Thane region. So Mira Bhayandar, Thane, Airoli, these places have totally been conquered by the saffron, that is BJP and Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde. So Eknath Shinde had a very strong or a very tough job over here to prove that who is the real Shiv Sena, and definitely now there is no further question in the entire scenario, in the entire picture, because as far as the numbers are speaking, it's definitely Eknath Shinde whose Shiv Sena is the real Shiv Sena, and he has gotten the mandate of the voters, and be it Ladki Behan Yojana, Ladka Bhau, the schemes for farmers, or even their slogans, as Devendra Fadnavis had just said in his speech or in his PC, where he said, Ek rahenge to safe rahenge. These factors have worked for the voters, and as you already mentioned, in the last 3 decades, Maharashtra didn't see a number of a voter percentage like this, and also to remind you that the voting percentage of around 6 to 7% increased in the last 2 to 3 hours. That is also unprecedented, because large number of voters came
that must
out,
have
and
made the difference. Shyama,
so
also
it shows a lot of support.
Shyama, also, what do you think went in favor of BJP plus there, Mahayuti Alliance? Increased number in voting percentage, like you said, is one of the factors. And yes, the development of infrastructure, work at the grassroots level, also the reasons?
Yes, definitely. And as we are talking particularly about Eknath Shinde, let's understand that this particular area was dominated by the Shiv Sena when it was not broken, when it was not in two factions. And over there, the infrastructural developments or the attachment, the connect with the people or in the ground, at the ground level, with Eknath Shinde has definitely played a major role. Otherwise also in rest of the areas in Maharashtra, especially the urban areas that we are talking about, infrastructure development has really been a driver for the voters to come out in large numbers and vote, because it's the traditional voters, when they say that I have an allegiance to one particular party, they usually come and they vote for one particular party. But then when a lot of people see what is the development happening on ground level, including the coastal road, the Atal Setu, which is the Mumbai Trans Harbour link, the longest sea bridge of India, and all other infrastructural development which brings convenience to the people of Mumbai. It reduced all these projects that I'm listing. They've reduced the travel time, drastically, and brought about a lot of convenience in people's lives. So people really want that this particular the development, the work of development, the order, the series of development should continue, and that is why large number of people have come out and voted for development. Mind you, even on the day of polling, when we had spoken to a lot of people who came out to vote at their respective polling booths, we definitely did not ask the direct way whom did you vote for, but we asked what issues they kept in mind while voting, and that was progress, development, infrastructure development, and all other related issues that a common man faces.
Right.
And as I've mentioned, as I've listed earlier, schemes like the Ladki Behan, the stipend for the youth, training centers for the youth, the welfare schemes for farmers, they've already come out in, it's come out for the voters as a beneficial factor. and that is why this is a way of paying back to the development's purpose, and that is how Mahayuti over here has gained so much that in the last 30 years this is unprecedented.
Yes, this is unprecedented, and all these factors that you have listed worked in favor of Mahayuti alliance, and historic victory for them, and they are all set to form the government. Thank you for the time being, Shama, but yes, we'll keep taking updates from you. Counting is also underway in Jharkhand. After trailing in the initial rounds, Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren's JMM-led Indie bloc made a comeback and is currently ahead in more than 50 seats in the 81-member State Assembly. The BJP-led NDA is leading in 21 seats. Let's see the trends now, how they fare. BJP leading in 22. AJSU, which is part of the alliance, is 1. JMM, who have the government also, the incumbent government, 34 seats they are leading, and 15 Congress, some respite for the Congress there too, and RJD on 4 seats. They all form the alliance, which comes out to be 53 over 50, and clearly they hit the majority mark also, and others they have scalped 5 seats. So clearly JMM, despite all what happened in the past few months, they have managed to secure victory. All right, let's go across to Ranchi now. DD India's Akshay Dongre is joining us live from there. Akshay, JMM is on course to form a government for the 3rd term, and yes, like we discussed, also some respite for the Congress also.
Well, absolutely, Abhishek. The JMM is all set to form, or rather to retain the government that they have in the state of Jharkhand. And despite the issues that had been taken up by the Bharatiya Janata Party during the course of campaigning and canvassing, including the illegal infiltration of the Rohingya population, the inflation, the urban apathy when it comes to the infrastructure. It seems that the BJP could not actually make voters actually turn out and vote for them against the JMM that was the incumbent power here. And there was a wave of anti-incumbency that was quite visible as well during the campaigning and canvassing too. However, that did not translate into votes, and it seems that the JMM will be retaining the government once again. So it is going to be Hemant Soren once again, the chief minister.
Yeah.
So clearly, two strong allies here working in the India alliance has done some wonder when it comes to tackling the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was the sole major ally when it comes to the NDA that contested from here. So it seems that the JMM votes went to the Congress, and the Congress votes also went to the JMM, where the seat sharing formula was devised by the two parties, and they have been able to keep BJP at bay this time around.
BJP, I mean, if you look at the early morning trends, Akshay, I mean, BJP were clearly leading at around 10:30, but yes, I mean, what do you think went in favor of JMM? Strong support by women voters, maybe. 68 out of the 81 seats recorded a higher women turnout.
Well, yes, in fact, a lot of schemes and a lot of promises were made by Hemant Soren, the chief minister of the state, when it comes to the women voters. Now, whether those promises will be followed on the ground or not, that's the question. The second part was also, there was a sympathy wave in a way for Hemant Soren after he went to jail, and then once he came out, he associated with his going to jail with also an attack on the tribal identity of the state as well. So in a way, this correlation that he tried to make seems to have worked when it comes to the politics of Jharkhand and this elections at least, because Babulal Marandi merging once again with the Bharatiya Janata Party also could not stop this sort of a wave that went in favor of Hemant Soren. There were other aspects as well that went into the favor of the party, including the promises that made the entire tribal identity issue, the issue that was raised up by the JMM of the integrity of the tribal culture in the state. So it seems that all of these things have worked out in the favor of JMM.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.